Good mythical morning. Okay, no, it's not a mythical morning. I'm not stealing their tagline. But hey, welcome. I just woke up, so just give me a moment. Drink my coffee. We're gonna take a nice slow morning today. I'm gonna go. We're not doing horror games today. That was my bad on the title. I thought the thing updated, but for a second my internet died. It was weird, actually. Right after my stream died last time, my internet died. As if my ISP was telling me to shut the fuck up because it was really late. I didn't expect to be playing those horror games for so long. Those horror games actually were supposed to be a lot shorter. A lot shorter. I didn't expect them to go for fun. Hey, Amam Lee, welcome. Games on a Tuesday? Of course. There's never a bad day for games. Well, there's a couple of bad days for games. But look, we're doing games. We're doing actual games. As if that's why I'm here. But yeah, those horror games took way too long. Oh god. I didn't expect them to take so long. And I'm also dealing with some issue where I think there's too many pumpkins on the scene that my entire OBS lags. Every time I get here, the time to render a frame goes up by like ×5. So it lags every now and then. I don't know what to do. But the pumpkins look really good and I don't want to get rid of them because I spent a lot of time on them. I'm very happy about these pumpkins that I shamelessly cropped from copyright-free images. Are these GIFs? No. Look, I'll show you the magic. The magic of the fire. I think this is a fire. Every single fire is just a copy-paste of the same fire. It's just the same fire. I just hauled them out and I put like a fake fire in like each like one. But those horror games actually stuck with me because I had a dream that was half horror, half weird. I don't know how to describe this like dream. I was a time-traveling secret spy agent who then had to deal with, scary, spooky monsters. And I was fighting them for the government. And then I fought against the government at the end of my dream. It was a weird dream, and it involved those exact monsters. So we're going to stay away from horror games for at least a week. We'll be back with horror games on Halloween, because again, it's Halloween. You can't go wrong. And I'm not doing trick-or-treating this year. I'm free from the responsibilities of trick-or-treating. Usually, I would do it with my sister or like something. I'd be trick-or-treating with her like kids, because like they like love it. But like this year, no one's going trick-or-treating. Everyone's like lazy, so we're like, yes. My wife and I are just gonna stay home, hang out. So it's good. It's gonna be fun. Today, as I sip my coffee, actually, let me just take a nice little sip of coffee. Oh, also. If the fire is no GIF, then I don't know why OBS would be struggling with it. I mean, it's not a GIF, but it is a. Let me see. How large is this video? It's a video that is specifically. For context, I just downloaded it off the site at like full resolution. It is oh my god. It is a 3840 by 2160 size video that's 5 seconds long that is looping. Its bitrate is 16,000. It's at 24 frames a second. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe if at that size you can't tell, so maybe I should lower it down. Yeah, that's a bit much. How about maybe, I'll do it next time. I'll write that in the to do. You do not need 4K flames for the pumpkins. Yeah, maybe that's why, But I found out something interesting actually. So. Last night was a momentous occasion. We got our 50th follower. I think. I don't know how the counter works. The counter is weird. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, what happens now? Like, I didn't know what to expect. Because, like, all it says for the affiliate thing, just on the dashboard, is like, oh, hit 50 followers, get 50 followers, get 5 people chatting at the same time. I'm like, what happens, right? Apparently, I looked up a bunch of stats on, like, Twitch. Because I'm always curious about, like, how the platform kind of, like, works. In terms of like how they determine like what's like what. And I learned some interesting things about being an affiliate. One, your average chatters is divided over all of your streaming times. So because I stream at like god awful hours randomly and I'm always late, there's never a chance for people to ever filter in. So thank you, Amam Lee, for helping bump up for helping to bump up the view account. Be sure to check your PayPal after. Your payment is on the way. The other thing is that apparently even if you get to 50 followers, like you still have to do all this stuff. And even then, I real like there was a very interesting chart actually. They ran stats across every single Twitch user. It was like 90% of all Twitch affiliates get 0 to 5 like viewers on like average, which I thought was like insanity. But then I realized exactly what the bar is. It's like for you to get into like the top 5%, you just have to reach like 10 average viewers. I'm like, wow. It's crazy how like saturated every platform is, and it makes sense because it's like, you know, it's a fun thing that everyone does, but to see the numbers behind it is like eye-opening. So the emotes will have to wait. Although it gives me time to actually make them. I only got around to making one single emote last night, which it's still not done. It has to be animated. It's like a animated one. I need to figure out how to do animated emotes. How many frames I can have and stuff. So, what? Let's see. You always buy candy for Halloween. In the 10 years you've been living here, only once, yeah, exactly, only once that like kids come by, right? I've noticed that like trick-or-treating, because I remember when I was a kid too, when like trick-or-treating was like way more expansive. Like everybody went trick-or-treating. It was like a whole community event, like a massive community event. Everybody would like go and hang out. You'd see your friends, you'd see like your acquaintances. And like, it's weird saying like acquaintances because you're like 8 years old, but like like 8-year-olds have acquaintances, okay? Like I see my like niece, the way they like talk to some people, like you can tell who's her friend and who is just, it's like going, it's like school is like her job. Okay, school is like her like job, and you know and you can tell who is her acquaintance and who is her friend. You can tell who is just a coworker. It's very funny actually, but you get to see them, and like everybody goes, and it feels like a fun community event, and it feels fun. Even if back then there was all these scares of like, oh no, check your candy, somebody's gonna lace it with the drugs. Nobody's gonna waste their like drugs on it, dude. But also, it never happens, right? But even then, it was a lot of fun to just go around like wearing like funny costumes and like stuff. Now no one does it. Like even the last 3 Halloweens, obviously. It was kind of the last 3 Halloweens. There's a reason why you know what's crazy? My baby niece now, she will never know. She actually was too young to know why we stayed inside. I can't wait to tell her about those 3 years where, listen, sweetheart, the world shut down for 3 years and you won't even believe it. So I can't wait till I tell her. But even before then, I want to say 2017 and like onwards, like my wife and I would just be like waiting, and there'd be 1 or 2 kids at most. No one would ever no one would ever like come by in like costumes and like stuff. And we would do the we used to do the like decorations of like, you know, the fake spider webs, because hey, spiders are always scary. And then I found real spider webs, which was way scarier. But yeah, no one just comes by, except for the cat. There's a neighborhood cat that always comes by. It's a very cute little chubby cat. I love the cat so much. We call her Fat Cat. She has a name, but she's like, you know, she's so cute and she's so chubby wubby. I love cuddling her. She's the only one who like came by on like Halloween. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't know. Trick or treating just seems like it's out of fashion. I imagine if you do trick or treating in like Fortnite, it'd be way more fun. Like honestly, Amazon should hire me as like their product guy. Like imagine, okay, an Amazon sponsored Fortnite trick or treating event. You go on Fortnite, you do the gritty in front of your sponsored Amazon house, and then Amazon says, hi, thanks for the gritty. 1 Kit Kat bar is on the way to your home. Right? And it costs you $5. You stop by more often? No, yeah. No worries. I was just, don't worry. It's just a joke. Nobody has any obligation to show up. Trust me. I'm serious. I do this for fun, and I do this for all of you to enjoy, right? There's no obligations. I always tell this to everyone who like joins. Like there's no obligation to like join or anything. I even put it in like bold font, I think, on the bottom of my profile. No obligation to chat, to join, whatever. As long as, you know, you have some content to like watch and you enjoy it, that's enough for me. You know, that's why I try to upload the VODs as best I can. It's just rendering takes forever. I need to figure out a better workflow for those videos. And maybe I'm just gonna cut that like end segment where I show like my socials and like stuff on the video, because it's just the re-rendering is what kills it. But sometimes I need to edit it down, so it's like, shoot. At least the cat comes trick or treating. Yes, exactly. At least the cat comes. But that cat would like come for no reason at all. Everybody has like a different name for it too. It's funny. It's happened. Every single like neighborhood street cat has a different name for every single house. Like there was this one cat who used to walk by my really old place. It was like an orange like tabby, right? So cute. Every house had a different name, and I would hear them saying a different name. And then one time, the neighborhood like kids like two or three houses down the like street was like carrying her, around, right? And they named her something else. And it was so funny because they knocked on every door asking, "Hi, is this your cat Naruto?" Naruto, is this your cat Naruto? Because he's orange, right? And then, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, that's a good name. So ever since then, I adopted the name Naruto because I call cats by like they're like you know, they're like being like I'm just like, oh, cats or cats like. But Naruto was such a good name that I had to keep on calling it that. We moved away from there, but when I did go back to like, you know, visit family, hey, Naruto was still there, still walking around, and they still recognized me. I was like, yes. Which I found out it's apparently because cats' time frame is like very different. Apparently, like a year can like pass, and for a cat, it's like 5 minutes in terms of like time frame or something. It's like something ludicrous. Like for them, like a year is like not a long time, but for like us, it's like a really long time. But for cats, it's just like a blink of an eye. And so if they don't see you for like a year, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you for like 20 seconds. It's like, oh wow, cool, okay. It's a bit like sloth mode. How like sloths won't see you for like 5 years, and then you like see them again, and they're just now getting to the top of the tree. It's crazy. But that's all the things that I learned. That's all the plan updates as well. There's still no time for the Halloween stuff because I still need to figure out exactly like what time it starts. Because we're gonna go back to that, you know, that like ghost town thing where you get to carve pumpkins. There's apparently going to be an event in that ghost town game, and that game is like a global server that everyone can join. I'm hoping to get in early because I'm worried that the server is gonna cap out. There's only 3 servers. So I'm worried that they're going to cap out and we're not going to be able to like join. Because it was really fun last time to see other ghosts and say boo and say follow me. And then we all got lost in the maze together. So I need to figure out what like time that like happens. But Halloween is best enjoyed in the middle of the night, where it's really hard to be loud. So we'll have to see. But today, we're going to be playing some games, okay? Last night was scary games. Those scary games scared the ever-living crap out of me. They were funny too. The problem is that these games are funny in their own ways, but they're also very, very terrifying. Today we're going to be playing some regular games. Well, I say regular, but like I don't really know how to explain this first one. That makes me feel weird to think about how cats live 20 years at the very most. Yeah, right? Like, yeah, and like it's like they're like life, like it's like strange to me because when I read that, I was like, how does that make sense exactly? Because they only live for like 20 years or something, right? At the most, and that's like pushing it. Like most cats that I've ever known have like, you know, passed away at like 15 or like 15 to like 18, because 20 is like senior, like very senior, you know. And for them, it's like a very short life in terms of like perception. And I was like, how does that work, really? There's a lot more science behind it apparently, and I don't know how they figured it out. Like, I don't know how they figure out the science behind it, because it's like, did somebody isekai? Like, some scientists had to have isekai as a cat and come back. They must have double isekai, right? You isekai as a cat, then you come back into a human, then you say, I'm going to join science and tell people about my experiences as a cat. Because I don't know how you prove that. Unless they've already... Can we talk to animals? Animals don't understand. Okay, no. I thought somebody invented a way to like talk to them. So maybe they were telling us. But maybe the thing I read was just a meme and it was flawed. Because the more I think about it, the more I realize, how do you prove it? Yeah, that must have been it. Yes, it must have been the double isekai. God, science is amazing. Man, has science gone too far? Find out now. We're about to double isekai someone. Shakun, go! Double back, round trip! But today, we're gonna start with a weird game, okay? I'm just gonna do a cold open into this one. Because, like, I feel like this deserves a very nice cold open. Like, I feel like a cold open for this game is fantastic. Oh, yes, also, the puppy is coming back, on Monday. On Monday. The puppy is coming back on Monday. So the puppy will be here during Halloween, I think. We're still figuring out timelines, but the puppy will be back here during Halloween. we don't know if we want to get her like a costume. We tried finding her like clothing because she gets cold. She gets really cold, and now it's getting cold around where we live. It's like fall season, obviously. So we have to like, we've been trying to figure out like a clothing situation. My mother-in-law's solution, it's so cute, and I wish I took a photo of it. She cut out like a sock. It's like a shirt because she's so small. The sock, it fits the entire dog as a shirt. It's so cute. God, I love my little puppy. And my old lady, so my old lady dog, she met the puppy. She sniffed her once. She sniffed her once, then said, "All right," walked away. Walked away. She was just like, "I don't care. You guys have fun. I'm gonna go sleep." God, I love them both. I love them so much. My little doggies. See the science. You're gonna teach some biology students Python. Really? Wait. Do they use it a lot, actually? I didn't know that they would use it, like, very, very often. Or at all, actually. I knew that they use it for some branches of science, but I didn't realize that they would use it across science in, like, general. But that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully it like, goes well, yeah. I have Python is, at least in my experience, Python has been the easiest thing to teach, because it's very simplistic in terms of how it handles things. And simplistic doesn't mean weak. It's a very strong programming language, right? But it's very easy to understand the concepts through it, because it is the most just like writing. I find other programming languages, you make use of a lot of like characters on screen that you never think about. Like these. Like here. Like these things. Like it's just weird. And like you like never use them normally. Or like these, or like this, or like this, or like this, or like, you know what I mean? Python is just, you know, fn whatever main, and like sometimes you don't even have like these. You just go to the next line. And you're like, do whatever. I actually forgot the like language entirely. I'm not even going to lie to you. I forgot most of the language, but I'm sure it's very easy. I remember it being very easy. So hopefully that ends up going well. Is it like an older class, or is it like a younger class? Because one of my friends is also like an educator too. And she was like, yeah, like the kids that she teaches ranges in like ages, but she said that like, because she teaches all the way from like kindergarten even, and she's even teaching them programming. And I was like, wow, it's like it's like an extracurricular thing. Like it's not a part of like the actual school system, but she's like a part of like a it's like this, what's that thing, Kumon, which to this day, it's still the funniest name I've ever seen. It's only because it's the association of the word "come on." It's just listen. I know it's not. I know it's a real word in a different language, but like it's just you can't not see it. But yeah, it's like that, but for programming. It's it's like Kumon, but for programming. And she said that the younger students have an easier time picking it up, and the older students have an easier time getting complex with it. So the younger students have an easier time getting started with it, and the older students, they take longer to get started with it, but she knows that they can go a lot further with it, and with a lot less guidance needed. Because she mentioned, like, you know, the younger ones, you have to do like these like real life puzzle games and like stuff to like, or like you have like building blocks for real to like show them like, hey, like imagine this is your stuff. So hopefully that like goes well, because I'm always curious about stuff. I always find like the teaching of this stuff is like really interesting, because it better equips people for their future roles, right? I think anytime we can better equip people for their future roles, that's like a huge win. But B, it's also fascinating because it's one of those topics that like feels very complex on the first go. That like pickup rate for the first time is like very difficult, right? And that and like I find that first experience to be so critical, because it's like that's like the make it or like break it. No, don't update things. No, stop. No, my bit rate. No. They don't usually learn Python. Wait, oh, okay. They actually normally get taught to analyze data in Excel, but this semester they got asked if they want to learn Python. And around 6, wait, they actually said they want to. That's actually really good then, huh? I guess it makes sense, right? Because it's like, you know, you get to learn a bit more about something, and it'll be a lot more readable than Excel. I've seen some spreadsheets. I actually, okay, there's a video actually. I have to show you guys this. Because this is probably one of the coolest videos that I've ever seen. Somebody made a roller coaster in Excel. Somebody made a roller coaster in Excel. Excel roller coaster. Like, and like the source is out there. Like they just put the source up. But like the insanity of doing this stuff in Excel, because like if you know Excel, you know how hard it is to do anything in it. Like even just to like calculate numbers. Like so for somebody to like do this, it makes sense why they would want to learn Python. They're third semester students. Oh, okay. They're gonna have like a good time then. I'm actually really curious how it'll go. So please do keep us updated because I'm always like curious to see like hey like how do people enjoy it? Because programming is like not the most enjoyable thing or like the most like the thing that you would easily get into. So I'm just setting up the like thing just to show you guys the roller coaster. Again, this is pure insanity. I don't know why someone would like do this. A roller coaster in Excel. That website doesn't work anymore. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it just leads to like. I'm pretty sure you'll get like a virus. I don't think. Wait. No way! It's still up. The site's still alive. What? Hi. Do you want to download what? Installing. No, stop. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. But yeah, this person, Engineering Fun, aka Excel Unusual, has made an absolute masterpiece. Wait, let me kill the music. Sorry. Look at this. I don't even know if there's music or anything. Actually, wait. What's the music? Actually, wait. There's full source code for this.
This is a roller coaster model in Excel. You can download it for free at
Excel. It actually there's even speed. Loop, I'm like how? I'm like why?
Loop,
why?
And it does right
look at this.
Roll and a right turn. It goes through.
If you had this in like in like what is it digital media class, you were the coolest kid in the entire class. Wow. And, yeah, right. Like what the like actually what the. Like, how do you do this? But then you get a glimpse of the madness. Like if you look up there, you get a glimpse of the insanity. Like what in God's name is that formula? What is going on over there? And that's when you start to understand that there's a deeper hidden monstrosity here. That the code that they used to make this work is a disaster. But that's just how it is in Excel. It even has the slowdown. Look, the crazy part is it is an accurate simulation, okay? You go downhill faster. Then the moment that you get to these slower parts where you're on even rip, look, it actually slows down.
The starting point, then it stops. Let's start it again.
Absolutely amazing. And they have more of the stuff. They actually have a lot. There's also Doom in Excel, which that one I think runs in 2 frames per second. Yeah. Nobuaki Tanaka. And you can, this guy did the right thing and programmed the entire thing in another language and just filled the sheets. But then you zoom it out. Look at this. You zoom it out, and then you just make it high, and then you shade it with a color palette. Wow. Absolutely amazing. There isn't a single sound on this. All you hear is the gears churning in his brain, the insanity that exists in his mind. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. And that is why I'm very glad that they're learning Python. Because hey, it'll be a lot more fun than trying to figure out how to use Excel. It's amazing, right? Like it's actually insane. Wait, 2 months ago they actually added a Python support. Really? For Excel? Oh my god. Wait, that actually sounds amazing. Excel Python. Ah! See, because the problem with Excel is that you have to use like its weird, like formula-based programming. It's like it's like a bunch of like random functions that you string together to like do something. This using Python would make it a lot easier because all I want to do is just figure out how many servers I need to hack inside of Bitburner to make the most money so I can keep going to university in that game. That's all I want to use it for. But apparently, I don't understand anything, so I can't even figure it out. And I refuse to use online resources from someone else, because then it would be like admitting defeat. And I refuse to admit defeat. But this is actually really cool. Thank you for actually telling me. Now we're gonna do. Okay, now I have more things to do. Because one day, it's probably gonna be next week or this week. It depends on if I want it before Halloween or after Halloween. Because it's a Resident Sleeper game, and I feel like a Resident Sleeper game is like really good after Halloween, right? Like you have your candy, you've eaten all of your candy on Halloween because like no one came by, right? Everybody does it. You eat the best candy and you give away the like worst candy, right? Because you buy. Everybody does this. Everybody does this, and you can't lie. You buy those big boxes of assorted candies. You then leave the worst candies that you don't like to be given out. You then take all the candies that you do like. I'm a fan of. In Canada, we have a candy called Coffee Crisp, which if you don't know, it's just coffee. It's just coffee. Coffee Crisp is just coffee in a candy bar. It's made by Nestle. Oh. No. No. No! How dare you make such a delicious chocolate? You sickos. 100% sustainably sourced. Is it used with the water that you take from others? No. But this shit is bussin'. Absolutely bussin'. It literally is just coffee. I don't know if she listen, your child is gonna come out like at like hyper speed, okay? There is so much caffeine in this, it's not even funny. But it tastes so good. It's like if you had like I guess like Starbucks is like the most it's the most universal coffee flavor. It's like if you had like a frappuccino or something, but in candy form, and then you have it in like a chocolate wafer. It's so good. Oh my god! Like my cousins from the States, every time they come over, they leave Canada with a suitcase with 2 suitcases full of 2 things: ketchup chips, and then 1 for ketchup chips, 1 for coffee crisp. Always, every single time. Every single time that they come over, they've always left with like a full suitcase of like ketchup chips and coffee crisp. And it makes sense. And even ketchup chips is like an insane thing to like say actually. Lay's ketchup chips. Markiplier did a review of this actually. He said it didn't taste like ketchup, and like it's not supposed to taste like ketchup. It's supposed to taste like a savory, like a snack. It's not ketchup. It's powder. It's pure unadulterated MSG basically, hitting your taste buds. Happiness denied. Actually, happiness denied. I was so happy for a second. But okay. So like, imagine if like those like assorted candy boxes, right? You have your assorted candy boxes. You pull out the candy. You leave the candies that you do like that don't come from Nestle, and then you throw everything else into the pumpkin, like, because everyone has a pumpkin themed candy holder for the kids to take the candy from. So you throw all your lollipops in there. I hate lollipops, so I toss them in there. I hate Smarties, so I throw them in there. I love Rockets, so I keep those. Rockets, caramel. Although caramel is like you have to buy it on your own. It does come in the assorted. Cheetos. I love Cheetos. Or like a cheese puff, like chips. Ketchup chips. I take all of those. Any Doritos that's flavor is like mine. I always put the Lay's plain chips into the basket. Because those honestly just taste like a really bad potato. If I wanted just plain potato, I would go to the supermarket, buy a potato, stab it a couple times with a fork, put it in the microwave. Like if I'm really craving a potato and I want as low effort as I can, like a bag of chips, that's what I would do. And I would have more flavor than what those chips give me. How did we get here? I wanted to start a game. Wait. We're getting off track. We always do this. We get off track. We stay in just chatting for like an hour or 2. I'm gonna start this game because like you really have to see. You usually wait till I'm sure that no one will come by, and then you start stuffing yourself in the evening. Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's like a time cutoff. Like past that, like once it gets close to that time cutoff, you like really hope that like no one comes too. Especially when you're younger. When I was younger, my sister was like, "Do not eat the candy," because she's like way older. I mean, she was like, "Do not eat the candy. It's for the kids." And I would be waiting patiently. I would be staring out my window, and I'd be thinking in my head, "Don't you ever, don't any of you motherfuckers come by and take my candy." And then they would come. They would come. They would take some candy, and there'd be less for me to eat after. Then, as soon as the clock rolls over, My sister would I'd be like, well, I guess no one's coming. Close the door, bring it in. I would wait until she goes to sleep. I'd wake up and I'd eat all the candy. Then I would get yelled at the next morning because I eat like, what, 50 pounds of the candy. But hey, you can't deny me. It tastes so good. Listen, why buy all that candy? Listen, it's like running a business, right? You would, a convenience store, if you buy too much candy, that would be seen as a bad thing. On Halloween, it's seen as a good. On Halloween, it should be a bad thing too. But hey, I'm just helping save the business, right? I'm helping it make it look like people actually really came for us for the candy, by eating it and not paying for it. Yeah, we're gonna start this again now, because again, you guys really have